Meantime, Russia and Ukraine agreeing to a large prisoner swap, but still far apart on conditions for any potential peace deal. Delegations for both sides in Turkey wrapping their first face-to-face talks since Vladimir Putin's deadly invasion. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelenskyy speaking with European leaders in Albania today after Putin declined his offer to meet him in Turkey.
I was ready for a direct meeting with Putin, whether in Ankara or in Istanbul, and not just for a meeting, but to resolve all the important issues to my mind. But he didn't agree to anything.
All right, ABC News Chief Foreign Correspondent Ian Pano has more from Istanbul, Turkey there. And Ian, good to see you, man. The talks there in Turkey today lasted less than 2 hours, and despite no major breakthroughs, there were some signs of progress. Tell us about it.
Yeah, that's right. Depends whether you're a glass half full or half empty kind of person, DeMarco. I think, yes, the positive news is that it happened at all. The first direct face-to-face talks in over 3 years, so that in and of itself is significant, even if in some senses both sides were strong-armed by the United States and Turkey to come today and sit around the table, albeit quite a distance apart. There were no handshakes, and the Ukrainian side insisted on speaking Ukrainian, not Russian, so there was a lot of process involved. The glass half empty argument would basically say not really much was agreed. Of course, this important prisoner exchange swap, but we've seen those without direct face-to-face negotiations and some kind of vague commitment to sit there and talk together. In other words, there was no major breakthrough.
And Ian, President Trump says he may call Putin to set up a possible meeting. And a White House official says the president spoke with European leaders after they met with Zelenskyy. So what are those leaders saying about the state of play here?
Yeah, I mean, in many senses, Trump is king, as is President Erdogan of Turkey. They're the two key leaders who are capable of trying to make something happen. I think everyone kind of acknowledges, President Trump said it himself, that until he sits down face-to-face with Vladimir Putin, we probably won't see much progress towards an actual ceasefire. But President Erdogan also very influential in that process. So after the meeting yesterday between President Erdogan and Zelenskyy, the two leaders went to Albania. There they met a whole host of European leaders, including the British Prime Minister, Emmanuel Macron of France. They discussed how to move this process forward. They got President Trump on the phone, and he apparently agrees. DeMarco?
All right, Ian Panel there in Turkey. Ian, thank you. We appreciate it.